One day, a woman is relaxing in her duplex, sitting on the couch and watching TV, when suddenly, boom. Two men burst through the door. They grab her as she screams in terror. One of the men is holding a pistol. They tie her up using Christmas lights. Then, one of the men presses the gun to the back of her head and pulls the trigger. Afterward, they grab her phone. Outside, another man is waiting in a getaway car. The three of them jump in and speed away. The woman's name is India. She's well known around town, a talented singer, loved by almost everyone who knows her. That's what makes her death so shocking. India had no known enemies, and no one could understand why someone would want her gone. Police begin investigating immediately. They dig into her personal life, her relationships, her past. Eventually, they land on a person of interest, India's ex-boyfriend, Kennedy. Investigators look closely at him, but months pass and no arrest is made. There simply isn't enough solid evidence. With no new leads, the case slowly goes cold. But India has a brother named Dwayne, and he is devastated by her death. One day, Dwayne meets a woman named Lindsay. The two quickly hit it off and begin dating. As they grow closer, Lindsay notices that Dwayne's phone lock screen shows a photo of another woman. She asks who it is. Dwayne tells her it's his sister, India. He opens up about the murder and explains that the case is still unsolved. Police have long suspected Kennedy, but they've never been able to prove anything. The uncertainty has taken a heavy toll on Dwayne and his family. Lindsay really cares about Dwayne, and she decides she wants to help. She creates a Facebook group dedicated to India's case, asking people to share tips, memories, and information. Slowly, messages begin to come in. Lindsay starts piecing things together. She interviews people, talks to anyone who knew India, and even drives around town with Dwayne, asking difficult questions. As she digs deeper, Lindsay starts noticing something troubling. Most of the evidence pointing toward Kennedy is circumstantial and weak. She begins to wonder if police have been focusing on the wrong person all along. Lindsay and Dwayne turn over everything they've gathered to local police. But nothing seems to happen. Progress is slow, almost non-existent. Frustrated, they decide to push for state police to take over the case, believing they'll have more resources. They file a formal request and wait. When nothing happens, they organize a protest march to apply pressure. Thousands of people show up. Eventually, it works. The local police hand the case over to the state. State investigators review everything from the beginning. They discover that on the day India was killed, her attackers took her cell phone before discarding it later. With their expanded resources, state police obtain a warrant to access tracking data. They track India's phone and identify other phones that were near it at the time of the crime. Those phones belong to the attackers. 3 months later, state police arrest 3 men connected to India's murder. During questioning, the truth finally comes out. India lived in a duplex. On the other side of that duplex was a legal marijuana business being run from a home. The 3 men admit they were trying to break into that side to steal marijuana. 2 of them went inside while the third waited in the car. But they went through the wrong door. Instead of breaking into the business, they entered India's home. She was there watching TV. They panicked. Afraid of being identified, they tied her up with Christmas lights and killed her. All 3 men eventually take plea deals. Each receives a different sentence, ranging from 15 to over 20 years in prison. As for Lindsay and Dwayne, after everything they went through together, they stayed together. They got engaged. And today they're married. Thanks to persistence, determination, and one woman who refused to let a case stay cold, India finally received justice.